Hello, everybody. Let's check and make sure all my audio is working, make sure everything's working, and some drink LaCroix. So for anybody that likes water that sat next to fruit, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Hope everybody's doing well. Molly's upstairs barking because she doesn't like me talking. Or the neighbor's dogs are out. Either one, or both. So, how's everybody doing today? Thought I'd pop on, do a little bit of a live stream, see how the sound is. Yep, sounds good. Perfect. Let me turn down the background music now. There we go. So, hope everybody's doing well. Looks like I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. I'd prefer everybody go watch on YouTube. That's where I actually make money if you watch. But watch wherever you want. Wherever you're at, that's where I'll be. I'm using the SE Dynacaster today as well. I do have my clip-on mics in case I move around. But this is my favorite microphone. I love this thing. I'm actually going to be shooting a video on this microphone. So if you want to see a review, more in-depth review on this thing, that's what I'll be doing. Let's check and see if my other camera's working. It is. Love to see it. That is one thing I need to do. Is I need to play with the settings on that a little bit. Actually, I have this one here because I don't even know. Again, this is the one that only works with battery. It says the battery's already dead. It's so funny. I don't think you can adjust any of the video settings manually. I wish I could. Like the shutter speed and everything like that. That would be very nice, but no, you cannot. Which is kind of silly. And it's 10 a.m. here in Iowa. So it's pretty early still for most people on a Friday. A lot of people had to work today. I am not working today. I go back next week, but had the whole week off. So hanging out with the family this weekend. We're going back to the Quad Cities, hanging out with both sides of the family. So that'll be fun. But today, I'm just kind of messing around in the studio again. I've got to finish shooting this video and then edit this video about this microphone. I don't have to. I want to. And then other than that, pretty low-key day since we're traveling tomorrow. I'm just making sure like everything's working. Looks like YouTube's working. If you guys can hear everything okay or just say hello, make sure you put it in the chat so I know that there's other humans around. And it is nasty and rainy outside here in Iowa. Just kind of a gross day. Like, meh. Oh! There's Painted Valkyrie. So I already know who that is. Meg, how's it going? You're here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh. So you might have popped on a little bit yesterday. If not, it's totally fine. But I'm going to show you something that is really cool. So I need to make a new scene real quick. We're going to call this one Follow Cam. So you can't see that I'm making another scene. It's so great to be live. I know it went black. All right, it's going to go black again, so hold tight. I'm going to add all my sources. All right, you should be able to hear me now. Now let's get a camera up so you can see me. There we go. And let me make this thing full screen. There we go. Okay, so here's what I want to show you. This is really fun. Yesterday I was messing around with I added a third screen to my setup. So if you want to see the setup, there's, oh, I've got something in the way. So I've got one giant screen. Let's turn this off. I've got one giant 65-inch screen there. I've got a very large 50-inch touchscreen here. But then I added another screen. Come on, camera. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, you can't see it. Oh, that's okay. I did all this work for nothing with this extra scene. We can still see it. Don't worry. I'm just going to have to go back to this. I'll show you where it is because we'll switch to this camera. This screen right here. So I added a miniature screen in my rack mount because now I can put different stats. Like, actually, let's go ahead and do it right now. Let's add my computer stats. CPU ID. I think this is the one I use. Maybe it's not. Not the one I prefer, but I could use this one. It's not that big of a deal. So what I do is I put this over here, and now you can kind of see. I know it's kind of grainy, but on this screen here, I have my computer stats. See how it's running, making sure it's running efficient. So why did I put that there? Because I can. I've thought of some other things I could use that for as well. Like I was like, oh, I could put the chat menu in there, but then I'm like, no, it'd be so small. That would not be good. I think mostly I just wanted it because it looks cool. Like, how many people have a screen in their rack mount? Ta-da! Okay, so since Meg is here, this is what I was working on. It was my Christmas present. So, very careful. Here it is, the Dark Falcon. It looks amazing. You've got Jedi Vader, you've got Darth Jar Jar, Darth Rey, you got Dark C-3PO, like bad guy C-3PO, Darth Dev, and then these all open up. Again, I'm trying to be very careful because this was a lot of work. Almost 1,600 pieces on this one. So it all opens up. You can see it looks so cool. And then in there, you've got Surfer Luke. Ah. So I'm going to close it back up, but I'm going to put this up on my desk because I was wondering, I don't really have a lot of room right now. I did order a stand for this, but I have to wait for that to come in, obviously. But I'm going to put this on the top of my desk. My amazing wife got that for me for Christmas. I've been wanting it for a long time. Oh, that looks great up there. It's in the camera shot, kind of. I should probably move. I think just Darth Dev is in the camera shot. I'm gonna move him. Hold on. That's awesome. He just like wants to be a part of it. He's like, I just want to be included. Where can you go? There we go. All right. Now I think it's all. I think it's all out of the shot now. Yeah. So I would love to have a Lego store like the one at Disney Springs. We have a Lego store that just opened this year in Des Moines, and it's okay, but it's pretty small. Like, I really think it's not much bigger than like the Lego section at bigger stores like a big Target. I admittedly haven't been in there because they make it so like only a certain amount of people can be in there at a time. So they have like the clicker, like, okay, you can go in now. No, you have to wait. I'm like, no, I'm not into that. Yeah, Meg, I think that was pretty cool, but he was out of focus. So if I had him focused, but the lens I'm using, no, doesn't work. One thing about this camera setup, I've got it really far back on there because this lens is a pretty high f-stop. So in order to get like any kind of bokeh, which there's not a lot going on, I have to have it pretty far back. Now, I have other lenses that are... Who just sent me a message on Instagram? I can't see it. I can only see who's in the chat. Anyway, so now I lost my train of thought. Oh, so with that lens, this lens also does autofocus. None of my other lenses do autofocus. Wait. No. I think this is the only one that does autofocus. The other ones are all prime lenses, so I can show you. Knocking stuff out. So here's a few of my favorite lenses. This one is an old Olympus 35 millimeter. Has a very, very low f-stop. I believe... I'm sorry, this is a 50 mil. My bad. This is my 50 mil. So I believe that this one, the f-stop is like 1.8 maybe? I'm trying to find it. I think it's 1.8. The amount of Legos that were acquired this holiday season. Yo, Meg, for real, like, I had so many adult friends get Lego for Christmas. It was uncanny. Oh, I found it. 1.8. This has a f-stop down to 1.8. This one, I love this. This is a pretty inexpensive lens from Mikey or Miki. I think it's Mikey. This is a 35 mil. And this one goes down to 1.4. So very, very, very low f-stop. And then this one, this is my newest lens. I have a couple others that aren't that cool, but... Oh, cast discount. I would spend all my money. All my money. So this one is really cool. This is also from Mikey, but this is a cinema lens. And it is glorious. It's a 12 millimeter. So it's got a really nice wide frame of view. And this one is a 2.2 f-stop. Love this lens. This is one that I can use up here. But the problem with prime lenses, the second I start to move around, they're out of focus. And for everybody watching that doesn't care at all about cameras, there you go. That was for Meg. So there's that. All right, so let's talk 2024 and 2025. 2024 was a big year. Very big year. Sorry, I was checking a text message from the wifey poo. She's like, what are you up to? Live streaming. She's going to say, where are the babies? The dogs and the cat. And the cat. Oh, So let's talk all things 2024, 2025. So, but before I do that, Meg, I know since you were geeking out over lenses, what are some of your favorite lenses? And do you have any like cheaper brands like that? Because those do a really great job. Obviously, I would love to have some really high-end lenses, but you know, I'm just a guy who does video. I'm not a video guy. All right. So should we talk about 2025 first or reflect on 2024? That's the real question. And are the volume's good? I feel like maybe the background music could be a little bit louder. As I'm trying to like listen and get levels. Because the way I do my levels are a little bit different. I know the best way I should do it. I should run it all through my mixer, considering I've got like high-end mixers. Oh, Meg says, reflect on 2024 first. Okay. 2024, what a year. Okay. So we moved to Iowa in 2023, in July of 2023. But I would really say like, oh, you didn't know there was background music. Okay. It must have been too low. There we go. Perfect. Can you hear it now? She can hear it now. She's way ahead of me. All right. So we moved here to Iowa from Nashville after spending 11 years in Nashville. And we moved here in July of 2023. And, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty, but it was a good move. It was a smart move. We wanted to be closer to family. Nashville's getting really busy. A lot of things. So I would say 2024 was really like how I would say starting in Iowa, because 2024, whatever. Did I say 2023? 2024 is like really the year of Iowa. So when we moved, I was just going to be doing my consulting and that was it. And then I randomly found a job with the tech center where a nonprofit in town got this grant with Best Buy and a couple other places to open a nonprofit teen tech center. And I randomly stumbled upon it. And here I am now running it. So I helped open, I did open it and did all that and the implementation. And now I run it. And I love it. It's amazing. And I've got my coworker, Emmett Phillips, who's also an incredible poet and rapper and just a cool guy. So the two of us work there. I am the studio coordinator, so I'm in charge of everything, day-to-day programming, whatnot. And then he is the career pathways. So his job is to train our youth for workforce, get them internships, get them jobs. That's what he does. So very different on what we do. So we opened the space. We soft opened in December of 2023, but really we opened in December and then I was gone for a week of training. Then it was Christmas. So we were only like open kind of. And so really January was when we were open. And then as the year progressed, we really got going. We started getting more youth in there. We started to actually do what we're supposed to be doing. And it was amazing. It was one of the coolest work experiences of my life. And it has been so far because of all the really great things that we got to do and are continuing to do. So we've got a lot of great youth in our space. We've gotten them jobs. We've gotten them new skills that they didn't have before. Seeing their growth is incredible. I've got one of our youth is moving to Nashville. He's graduating early because he's, super smart kid and he wants to go in the music industry, which maybe he's not as smart as I thought if he wants to go in the music industry. No. But he's moving down to Nashville. Actually, I think he's going to be living like a mile from our old house because I gave him some places that I thought were safe, that were good neighborhoods, that were affordable. And he's going to be going to Blackbird Academy starting in the summer, which Blackbird Academy is part of Blackbird Studio, which is one of the best studios in the world. A good friend of mine, John McBride, owns that. Might know John. His wife is Martina McBride. But my favorite studio in the world and one of the best in the world. And so Josue is going to be going there. That's my student that's here. So he's in good hands. That is super exciting, that to see somebody that I help mentor and work with go down to Nashville, get to live that dream, get into music, get into production. And kid's talented too. Like, I'll have to put some links in. Like, he is super, super talented. So I did a little bit of traveling in 2024. I didn't do any Disney trips, right? Yes, I did. I did go to Disney once. Duh. Nicole and I went to Disney in February, I think, or January. So pretty early in the year for, vacation, anniversary kind of thing. Unfortunately, she was sick most of the time. She was a trooper. She fought through it, but for the most part, she was sick. I feel bad for her. But it was still a good trip. It's just hard when one person's sick. But we had a good time. It was not bad at all. And then other traveling I did, I had to go up to Minneapolis for work, for training. Trying to think when I went to Boston both times. I don't know. I was in Boston twice between 2023 and 2024. What other traveling did I do? I almost had to look through my phone. Where did I go? What did I do? Excuse me. I went to Tucson with my 3 best friends from high school. And still, I say from high school, we've been best friends and we will continue to be best friends. But we went and played golf for a few days down in Tucson. And that was awesome. But oh my God, is it hot. I had never been in the desert like that. I didn't realize. I thought it was like Florida. I thought it was it's hot, but having no humidity was rough on me. I could deal with humidity. I couldn't deal with that dry heat. And then one thing I didn't realize, in Florida, if it's hot and you go in the shade, it's still hot. In Arizona, if it's hot and then you go in the shade, it's not hot anymore. Go figure. Also, because we're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're never. Yeah, totally. It was a lot like that, except we were pretty tame. We're all married. They all have multiple kids. So I'm I'm the one who they get to vicariously live through a little bit. You hate the dry heat. Yeah, I don't mind Florida humidity, and then being from the Midwest, Florida's very humid, but when I moved to Nashville, everybody was like, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to handle the humidity," and I'm like, "Y'all, I grew up on the Mississippi River, surrounded by cornfields, so what does that have to do with anything?" I'm like, "The moisture releases in the air." So Nashville wasn't any worse than the Quad Cities. Now Florida obviously gets hotter and is very humid, so you got that. But yeah, I didn't understand the difference of in Arizona or in the desert, when you go in the shade, it's not hot anymore. And for some reason, I didn't get a sunburn, and I was out in the sun all day for 3 days, playing golf. Didn't wear any sunscreen. Didn't burn. So that was weird. Dude, I don't know. Cleveland is humid. Yeah, so yeah, you totally get it. Especially because you've lived in both. You've lived in Ohio and you live in Florida. 70% humidity in the winter. Yeah. Winters here get pretty dry because of the wind. But right now it's raining, so it feels great outside. I'm not as messed up here. That has been... So health and things like that have been the struggle since moving here. Last year... At this time, I got, the beginning of December, I got an upper respiratory infection, whatever, I was just sick for a couple weeks, but I wasn't down and out. I was just not feeling good. It was just kind of a pain in the butt. This year, I get back from Tucson. We went in the end of October. I get back. So November, I got sick and I'm like, oh, I'll just Oh, you're gonna lurk. Love it. I'll just, kind of exist. Not a big deal. And my body will repair itself. Well, then after like 2 weeks of really not feeling good at all, I finally went to the doctor and she was like, "Oh yeah, you have pneumonia." It's like, of course I do. Of course I have pneumonia. So got all the meds for that. Took another 2 weeks before I remotely started feeling better. So now we're into December. And then my asthma flared up from the causes of the pneumonia, and I couldn't kick that. So had to get an inhaler. That was fun. And then on top of that, like my skin and stuff was just having horrible reactions from the pneumonia. And like I got this like TMI, this like rash thing on my ribs, and they hurt so bad. My skin just killed. But finally, the last like week and a half, 2 weeks, I'm back at like 95%. I still have a little bit of a cough every now and then, not too bad. But it was so bad, like I couldn't even go up and down stairs. I was just getting winded. Awful. And I do not like just sitting around not doing anything. It is not my vibe. So I felt lazy. I didn't feel productive. Yeah. So that's mostly 2024. We did our grand opening for the tech center in May. So like I said, we soft opened in December, but we did our grand opening in May. And that was amazing. We've got probably close to 200 members now. I would say on a weekly basis, we see anywhere from like 30 to 60 youth in our space. It's not a very big space either, but in there we have 3D printers. We've got a laser cutter. We've got vinyl cutting machines. We've got t-shirt making. So like we've got screen printing, and we can like actual print like on a printer for screen printing. We've got tons of cameras that the kids can borrow, a ton of computers, and then we have the recording studio, which is my favorite space. Oh, we have gaming too. But yeah, we have a full recording studio as well. Obviously, that was something I wanted, which all of the tech centers have them, but that was like my big thing. So that was 2024, and now we're at the end. Some things in 2024 that did not go super well. I wanted to make new music. I have-ish. I've worked on a lot of other people's music, on doing production and stuff. As far as writing my own, I have written a little bit, but nothing like I wanted to. Like I wanted to release my own music again, and I didn't do it. Oh well. The one thing, like, it wasn't a New Year's resolution. I was just like, I want to do this, and I didn't do it. Other things came up, other priorities, whatever. That's life. I don't beat myself up over that kind of thing. I would still love to make new music, but I have different goals. My other goal was I gave myself a break from like my YouTube channel and making videos. When we moved, I think I gave myself like 6 months, and then I was like, I'm going to make a video every week. That didn't happen. I didn't even make a video every month. I maybe made like 5 or 6 videos this year. It was rough. It was rough. So there's that. So my goal for 2025, and I'm glad Meg is on here, accountability buddy, is to really put more focus in on my creating, on my YouTube channel. That's where I'm like, oh, creating music. I actually enjoy my channel. I don't want to say more than music. It's just different. So in 2025, I really want to put a focus on that, because I do consulting work where I help companies and different things and people and artists build their channels and their content. And I'm tired of building everybody else's content, and mine is like second, not even second. It's like fifth. It's so I see growth in all my clients, but then I don't do it for myself, which is kind of a bummer. So 2025, it's not a resolution. It's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus more on my channels. I have to, because I would love to make more income from them. And thinking like, I love doing client work, but also the client work is fine. I like it, but I would rather just be creating for myself. So I would rather make income for me from my creating. Yes, exactly, Meg. Accountability. And so if you're watching on YouTube, make sure, and even if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, go check out Painted Valkyrie. Incredible artists, incredible humans. Their work, Megan Robbins' work, is amazing. But I was talking to Meg this morning about keeping each other accountable for our own art, not just the art we make for other people. Heather's here. 2025, the year of Thrive is my motto. Steal it and use it. Oh, of course. And Heather, do you know Meg? So Heather's watching on Facebook. Meg's watching on YouTube. It's fine. You're both on both. And then Nick Milner's watching. What's up, Nick? I'm waiting for his funny comments. He's going to start. Heather, you need to know Meg. Heather is influencer. She is a travel advisor with Upon a Star, which is my favorite. I love them. And her two girls are the cutest things in the entire world. So they're at Disney like every day. And then Heather, Meg is an incredible artist, does stuff for Disney, all kinds of different things. Photographer, actual like drawing and painting artist, all the things. She's incredible. You two need to know each other. Plus you probably live like very close. I would still love to move to Orlando. That's not in the cards right now. The wife got a promotion, so more on that later. This means we're staying here for now. I'm still wearing her down. I'm trying. Heather, Meg said hi over on YouTube, so I'll connect you both. But you definitely need to know each other. So other things that did not go so great in 2024 was, oh yeah, you need to connect. Also, just move here and you and Meg can meet up for coffee every day. So that's an interesting thing. Like, excuse me. One of the things that didn't go so well is like the getting in the flow of Iowa. Like, I like Des Moines. Des Moines is a really great town. There's really good food. There's really good beer, which I love, but that's a problem. The waistline has gotten pretty inflated because of that. But the thing that has been the hardest is that I don't really have friends here. Like, I have acquaintances through work and some people I've met, but like, I don't have friends here necessarily, or really at all. So I kind of just go to work and I do my thing and then I come home, which is fine, but really miss like the friendships I had in Nashville. And, you know, and I don't think, I know Des Moines won't be our forever town. It is nice being a little bit closer to family. We're like 2.5 hours away, but I would love to have a new adventure, a new place to live at some point. Don't know when that is. I was really, you know, there's been a few times where we almost moved to Orlando area and I chickened out. Now my wife's like, I don't want to live in Florida. I don't want to do it. I'm like, oh, come on. So you never know. Trying to wear her down. But the thing that, like, Nashville was amazing. I loved Nashville. I really miss Nashville. I would go back. Honestly, I would go back to Nashville. I never thought I'd say that because how busy it's gotten was one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to leave, that and be closer to family. But I think I could deal with the busyness just knowing what I left behind. I don't think I realized, I knew what I was leaving behind, but I didn't realize the impact it would really have of like all the friendships I left behind and being able to like go anywhere in town and see somebody I know. Or like now I get calls and texts all the time from friends in Nashville And it's like, oh, I miss you. Wish you were in town. Like, yep, I haven't been back in a year, which really sucks. I need to get back down there. So I didn't realize how much that, like how important that would be. The other thing was like, oh, I love Orlando. I'd love to go there because I already have a lot of friends there too. Like a lot. And I need to be in a town that kind of embraces creativity. Des Moines' fine. Like the building I'm in is the largest nonprofit art center in the country. It's huge. It's 5 floors technically. There's 4 floors, and then we're in the basement of like cheaper space for artists to rent. There's everything from a radio station to photography and video studios to a recording studio to pottery. I mean, you name it, it is there. It is an incredible space filled with creative people, and that helps. That's helpful. That's where I work every day, and that helps. But on the same token, like, it is very hard to relate to people after spending 11 years in Nashville and like having the careers and doing the different things that I did there. Whoa, my speakers just like randomly turned on. That was weird. Hear him? That was weird. Kaz, oh my gosh, what's up, buddy? Good to see you on the YouTubes. I wish Kaz would start streaming again. I miss his streams. Miss him a lot. But yeah, so even though Des Moines is like all about creativity and art and all that good stuff, it's not the same. Like, I went to an event earlier this year at a really nice recording studio here in town. And yeah, it was a surprise, Meg. That was like, whoa. So anyway, I think I hit a button. So I went to this event and it was really cool. Like, they had a guy from Sweetwater. They had some like industry recording professionals that I know of. And they were inviting a bunch of people from the area, musicians and stuff, to see their new space, but also do this like seminar thing. It was really cool. It was really well done. And I got to meet some people that are into the same things I am, and they're really great. They're really talented, but it's just different. Like, yeah, until you devote your life to move to a place to do a thing, it's hard to 100% relate. I don't want to sound snobby. I know it is snobby. Like, you don't understand what I went through. I'm like, but you don't. And that's been the hardest thing for me to come to grips with. Cass said, oh man, if I can get the mental capacity back to stream again, maybe I will. You should. I miss your streams. I feel like your streams like saved me through the pandemic a lot. That community was great. So yeah, without being snobby, it's hard to relate, because while people might be musicians here, they all have other jobs. It's like, I don't really know anyone here that their full-time job is music. Or maybe like one person, but even still, like they're doing some other stuff to supplement. And you know, we risked a lot to move to Nashville, and you dedicate your life to do what you want to do. So when I moved back here and people are like, wow, it's so cool that you did all this stuff, I'm like, yeah, it is. And let's talk about, let's try to connect. And they just don't get it the same. They don't understand it the same way. And it's nothing against them. If anything, it's more a me thing. But that's why I'm like, I'd either move back to Nashville or Orlando area, because Orlando obviously is tons of creatives. There's tons of jobs in that world. I don't know. I mean, really, if we're being real, if I could go anywhere, I'd go to the Caribbean. I'd go to St. Croix or something like that. Because if I'm already not going to have like all my friends, I'd rather just have beautiful weather and the ocean right there. That would be prime. Oh. But yeah, Kaz, I've been good, man. How have you been? How's the family? I saw that you got your daughter tickets. Was it Avenged Sevenfold and System of a Down, I think? Which is pretty amazing. What a great dad. And Kaz, are you going to do the next EDM cruise? The EDC or whatever it is? I'm not on that. You want to live in a houseboat. Interesting. Interesting idea. If it wasn't for all of my stuff, I would live in an RV or something like that. Like the nomad life. Totally. But I have a lot of crap. If you can't tell. A lot of crap. Yeah, Kaz, what a good dad. That's awesome that you guys share that. But if you do the cruise again, and yeah, you'll be back on Etsy, of course. I'm not doing that one. Ugh. I wish I was. But I am really excited because Sixth Man is bringing me back to do another cruise. I'll be working artist relations again for the Lindsey Sterling cruise. I get to work with my friends Fitz and the Tantrums again. I met them on the Michael Franti cruise. They were incredible. Who else is on the Lindsey Sterling cruise? Obviously Lindsey Sterling. Fitz and the Tantrums, Derek Huff. There's a couple other really good acts. So that's in May. That's some of the traveling I'll be doing in 2025. So 2025 is going to be about my YouTube channel, my content. I would love to do some more traveling if I can. I'll be doing that cruise. So that's pretty amazing. Lindsey Sterling's awesome. Love her stuff. And love the team at Six Man. I would love for you to be on that cruise, Meg. You need to talk to Six Man. They always need photographers. Oh, yeah. So you've been Team Lindsey for a long time. That's amazing. You can just hide in my suitcase and come on board. Yeah, because since Six Man's doing so many cruises, they need more people. Just meet up with me in Belize in November. Oh. Is that going to be on their private island in Belize? Because I've been there and it's incredible. I would totally love to do that. I was just going to ask. You could totally fit in my Pelican case. My big Pelican case. Oh my gosh. All right, Meg, accountability buddy. On Tuesday for our accountability is remind me to send your case. I've had a Pelican case for Meg for like a year. I am so bad at sending stuff. I am so bad. Like, I just sent a action figure to one of my friends that I promised I was going to send a year ago. Just sent it because I packed it away and forgot about it. And then I opened the box for Christmas and I was like, oh, I told him I'd send him this. Eek. So Meg, I will send it to you. But since Meg's here, I just dug through one of my cases and didn't even think about this. Hold on. Time out. You guys want to see the greatest case in the entire world? We're neurospicy for sure. Look at this. Meg and Robin made this for me. This is a Pelican case. Look at this. They Star Warsified it for me. This started off as just a normal black case. And it is my prized possession. And if you look at the top, here's what's great. I made that with the QR code to their website. Yeah. Kaz, you're probably a little neurospicy too. Maybe not as bad as Meg and I, but maybe a little bit. But they made me this case. It is incredible. And everywhere I go, people like, where'd you get that? And then look at that. Yeah, Meg, you should be making these constantly. This should be your YouTube channel, Meg. I'm telling you. This right here, like doing custom cases and different custom things. Yeah, Kaz, you need one of these. And Meg lives in Orlando area. They can do luggage. They can do all kinds of stuff. And I will tell you, how well this has held up, so much better than I expected, because Pelican, yes, the Arabesh does say the Derek Frank. See, there's the at the Derek Frank. So amazing. So the thing with Pelican cases is their plastic has like an oil in it, and that oil is meant to like reject things and stuff. And they did such an incredible job of making this thing durable. And like you can see how they did it, where when it wears in, like you can see like black marks or where it has worn in, where it's gotten chipped and different things like that. But they did it so it looks like it's supposed to be there, which is genius. But also, this thing has been on, gosh, you sent it right before I moved. The day I got it, I took it on a flight. Which was funny. It still kind of smelled like paint when I took it on the flight. It was awesome. So I would say no less than 20 trips on planes with this. A few of the times it had to be checked. It has definitely been thrown in my truck. It has been tossed everywhere. And the fact that it has held up the way it has is a testament to their work. But also, I love Pelican cases. This is my baby. This is my prized possession. I love this thing so very much. So Kaz, if you need something done, Meg and Robin are incredible. I don't know if I can say all the cool things that they've done. Meg can tell you if that's possible, of some of the places they have painted. I don't know if I can say that or not, though. So yeah, make sure you guys follow Painted Valkyrie on Facebook and YouTube, because I'm making them do more content. Just like theming stuff alone. So remind me on Tuesday when we talk. Oh, okay. So they do like painting work at like Disney and Universal. I just wasn't sure what all I could say. I don't want to overstep my boundaries. So things that you see at Disney and Universal, like there are people that do that stuff. Harry Potter, Galaxy's Edge. Yeah. You just wrapped up training some dragons. Incredible. One night, Meg sent me a picture at Galaxy's Edge with no one in it. The park was closed. And I'm just like, I wanted to cry. I just wanted to be there in an empty park at night. Ah, so good. Speaking of not sending stuff, I saw that my buddy that I didn't send stuff to was watching on, I don't know if he still is. Ron was watching. I did finally send it. So I am good for it. I will send it. And the thing is, like, it's just sitting at work ready to ship. I just haven't done it. Yeah. Yeah, Meg and Robin do some pretty amazing stuff. You could totally bring me on as an intern. I will do it. I will be the intern. I'll shoot video. Oh, it's heavy. I only have one camera in there. It's heavy. But, so Meg had the case I have for her is the exact same one as this. It's black. It's not painted yet. Obviously, they will. But it's black, and it's got the divider system in there already, which is amazing. So remind me on Tuesday. I will ship it. I swear. I swear. Other than that, excuse me, I don't really have anything else big planned as far as traveling in 2025 yet. There is one big thing happening in 2025, and that is that I'm turning 40 in March. Not excited about it at all. Originally, I was going to go to Japan for Star Wars Celebration for my 40th birthday, but I couldn't get tickets. Now you can get tickets, but they're like single day, and they're crazy expensive. But I wanted to go to Tokyo Disney and Disney Sea. That'll be for another time. because that's my bucket list, is go to Japan. I've never been there. It's fine. It's fine. What is this? Oh, sorry. I'm like looking at my stats. Meg just sent me a great message. Yes, I will absolutely connect you. 100%. I will connect you personally. It'll be great. Because they might need help. I need to also connect you with Will. He's like one of their main photographer guys. He's incredible. And I don't know if Heather's still watching. She's probably not watching anymore. But if she is, I know some of the Upon a Star people met Will. Just crazy. Same. What other? I don't think there's. I do need to travel to. I'm traveling to Minneapolis again, but I just drive there. It's not that far, so I've got that for work. I'll probably go to Arizona and play some golf again with the guys. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Yep. I wish I could have gone to Japan for my 40th. It's just not in the cards. Especially like if I'm not gonna just go to Japan and not go to Celebration. So that was the whole thing. It was like, well, I'll just wait, and that's a lot of money. A lot of money. And I probably would have been going by myself, because I don't think we could have afforded both of us to go. And not even, it's like, that's the hard part with traveling. It's not even affording the two of us to go as much. It's then we had to board the dogs and the cat. And so like boarding animals has gotten crazy. And Nicole is not cool with having people like dog sit and stay in the house. It's not her thing. Totally get it. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I still have time. My goal was to shoot the video review of this microphone. Let's see. But I wanted to have that shot before the end of the day. That way I can edit it tonight. I wanted to do something creative with it, but like sometimes you get too creative and you lose people. Like I just need to talk about how it's better than the Shure SM7B. It's cheaper, has way more features, way more versatile. That's all I need to say. Other than that, I think that's my year in review of 2024 and what I'm looking forward to in 2025. Is just continuing to be more creative for myself, not just for other people for money. Questions. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna do the live for a little bit longer. I do need to go get some lunch though. I'm getting hungry. And I need to. Oops, I hit the button too many times. I need to get this camera mounted further back, but again, I need a longer HDMI cable. But I think I thought about fixing one of them today. Just fixing HDMI cables is a pain because inside there's a bunch of little cables and they're super, super small. I don't have my soldering iron here, but I can do it without it. I can use electrical tape and heat shrink. I got heat shrink stuff. I respect it. Trying to think like anything else I have to get done. I was going to go shoot a video on some new microphones that I got. Some wireless mics. Actually, so I've got these Rode Wireless Go mics. This is my second set because the first set failed. And they weren't going to replace them because I bought them on Amazon, brand new. And they're like, oh, that seller is not an official seller. I'm like, how do I know that? I bought them on Amazon brand new. Like, here's my receipt within the warranty time. And they weren't gonna cover it. It's like, what? So I fought them on it. And then I was like, you know what? You're right. And then I totally pulled a Karen move. And I'm like, I'll just make a review about how bad they are and how bad your customer service is. Here's the other thing is like, I worked with Rode. I did a couple projects with them in my old job. So I was like really put off that they wouldn't just give me a replacement for these mics that are really expensive. And they failed. They failed when I was on a job with a client, which is really a pain in the butt because, you know, luckily I had a backup. It was fine, but it was awful. So they're like, no, please don't do that. And I'm like, all right. So they sent me a new set. Took them 3 months almost. Finally got a new set. But in the meantime, I had reached out to a couple other companies, like some Chinese companies, about, hey, Tex Green game over. Oh, I see what it is now. That's awesome. It came up funny on my screen. So I reached out to these other companies. I was like, hey, I'm going to be making a video on some other alternatives to the Rode Wireless Go. Here's what happened to me. Would you be interested in sending me some to test out, some from your company? So the first company that reached out, or that said, yeah, we'd love to, was Mayono. They're great. What a great company. So they sent me, I got a video on the YouTube channel about them. I think they're like the WM831s or something. I still have them. I still use them all the time. The only reason I didn't use them yesterday in my broadcast was because I have a friend borrowing them, because they're great. They sound good. They're simple. They're reliable. They come in their own charging case. Amazing. And then recently I had the company Fifine. They sent me some of their wireless mics. That's who I was going to make the video for today. I will say they sound decent. They're pretty inexpensive. I think they're like under $75 for 2 of them and a receiver. They sound decent. One of the things is they've got a button that's for like noise cancellation. It's unusable. I did email them because they asked me to make the video. I did email them and I said, hey, I don't want to put the video out and not talk about this being bad, this feature being bad. So I'll give you the opportunity for me to not put the video out. And they were like, absolutely put it out. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, we want people to know, like, if there's a feature that's bad, we don't want people to think that we're only sending it out to influencers and hiding the fact that we might have a flaw in a product. And he's like, did you like anything? Did you like it at all? I'm like, yeah, I thought they sound good. Just this feature did not hit. Cool. So I need to make that video. But I wanted to do it outside with my phone just to show how they're great with a camera, but also they're really easy to use with phones. Now, Mayono has reached out again and they said, hey, we've got a new wireless microphone coming out. We know you like the other ones. These are a little bit more grab and go. They're like the puck style. They're very small. They're like, would you like to have first dibs at making a video? It's like, yeah. You can never have too many wireless microphones, especially when you're shooting video content for people or yourself. I use wireless mics every shoot. So I have those coming. They should be here soon. And I'm really excited to be one of the first people to review them. There are no videos up currently. They don't even have the product on their website yet. So super excited that my friends at Mayono wanted to work with me again. That's also a great thing. When you work with a company and then they want to work with you again, that says a lot. All of my video reviews that I do are my actual opinion. I am very objective. If I do take money, sometimes I get paid for the videos. But if I do, I say that you have to, by law, say it in the video or post that it is paid. A lot of times I just do it in trade because they send me gear because I only want to review stuff that I like. I get probably 2 to 3 emails a week from companies in China asking me to review stuff. And most of them I turn down. Like, I've done enough of the $50 microphones. I'm over reviewing $50 microphones. Like, there's a ton of them out there. There's a ton of them that are good. I'm tired of like telling people here's 19 options for a $50 microphone. No. What I want to tell people is get yourself a $300 microphone and it's going to be amazing. Like there's a million $50 mics out. If you need a $100 mic, SE's got a $100 mic that is incredible. They've got a $150 mic that's incredible. This thing right here, I believe it's 300. Let me double check. Might be a T50. 300 bucks. So yeah, this microphone is $300 right here. It is amazing. If you look at a Shure SM7B, which is what, like the industry standard forever, those are $350 or $360. I'm sorry. Why is this one $450? Hold on. Why does Sweetwater have one for $450 and one for $359? Regardless, the Shure SM7B is more expensive, and Shure SM7B doesn't have a built-in preamp. This one does, so you can run this one on phantom power, or you can just run it straight, and with that, you're getting a lot more gain. The SM7B, if you don't have like a Cloud Lifter or the SE Dynamite, then you're going to have to bump the gain on your interface so high that you start getting distortion and stuff from the interface. So that's another reason this one, you're basically getting an extra $100 value in the preamp, because if you were to buy a Cloud Lifter or a Dynamite, they're about 100 to 125 bucks. So that's the name of that game. I have to see why this one's $450. Are they including something else with it? Is it made of gold? Oh. Uh-oh. So remember how I said the SM7B doesn't have that? They're making one that does now. So Shure now has the SM7B Active. I'm glad I saw that. It's 450 bucks. So for 300, you can get the SE, which I think sounds as good, if not better. I did a couple blind tests with it, where I did 6 microphones, and I had 10 different people listen. 100% of them ranked the Dynacaster above the SM7B. It wasn't always the top of all the mics. They were very different microphones, but every one of them ranked the Dynacaster above the SM7B. So that should tell you something. But the fact that Shure now is putting this in there, so basically what Shure has done is they've ripped off the Dynacaster. Interesting. Let's see if we can see it. Let's do this. Here we go. Boom. So if you look right here, these are like the same dip switches that you have on the bottom of this. And wow. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they put that out. And they've already dropped the price 50 bucks. Which means it's not selling well. Well, okay. Fun things to know. All right, well, this has been a lot of fun. Now, I do need to go get some lunch. Yeah, fancy indeed. And this thing looks beautiful. It's just a nice looking microphone. Sounds good. Looks good. It's just great. SE's fantastic. All my drum mics are SEs. My vocal mics. Everything. All SE. Love them. They're great company too. Love having them as friends. But yeah, I'm hungry. I need to get some lunch, and I need to start working on this video. But this has been a lot of fun. If I thought about starting to do some gaming streams again, but if I do that, I'll probably only do them on Twitch. I don't think I'll do them. I haven't done a live on Twitch in ages. Like, well over a year. Maybe longer. I don't even know that I've done one since I've been here. Go eat some lunch. This has been great. Yeah, thanks for hanging out and keeping me company. This has been a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to go get some lunch, get to work. But everybody have a great rest of your holiday season. Happy New Year. Halo Meg, I'm only gonna play Halo if you're gonna jump on. If you want to play today, I'll play. I can delay this video and play some Halo. Just saying. Also, the final thought, I've been playing more on my laptop because you can play Game Pass games on your laptop. I really want an Asus ROG Ally, like the handheld. Really bad. And earlier this week, Best Buy, on Christmas Eve, Best Buy had them on sale for $350. And now they're back up to 500. It's like, and they're 500 and up. 500 is the base model. You can get up to like $800 for them. But I'm really thinking about one of those because when I was in the airport, when I went to Tucson, I was gaming in the airport and was using my phone as a hotspot, which is really cool that you can now just plug it in and tether it. You don't have to actually open up the hotspot and worry about anything or even lag. You can just use a USB cable in your computer and use it as a tethered Wi-Fi or internet connection. So I was sitting there gaming in the airport and I was like, this is awesome. I was playing online with my buddy. This is also ridiculous. I'm in the airport playing with my buddy that I was about to meet in Tucson. Nerds. We're nerds. So I'm really considering getting like the Asus ROG Ally. I know there's a couple other brands, but I have an Asus ROG Zephyrus laptop and I love it. So I like to stick with brands that I already like. That being said, I'm going to get some lunch and get to work. But Meg, if you want to play some games later, let me know. I'll talk to y'all later.